Does this make sense to you? Scenario Fitting by Sceptikat, Part 1, narrated by Andrew Mather. Who am I? In exile in the Swiss Alps, I have been watching in horror the UK government's actions around Covid-19. I am a mother of 3 and work as a fund manager at a bank. They aren't keen on high-profile employees at Swiss banks, so I asked Andrew to narrate this on my behalf. And no, that's not me, just a royalty-free photo, but the frown is about right. There's so much about Covid-19 that makes no sense, and I wanted to get my thoughts out, so I prepared a series of presentations. I was struck by the dearth of common sense in the government's actions around Covid. So I sat down and sketched out what sensible actions would have looked like, and then compared it to what the UK government has done. I will go through the analysis in bite-sized chunks, but to save you holding your breath, I start with the punchline. The UK government's actions have been pretty much the opposite of the rational actions I would have expected from a government that acts in the best interest of the people. Here are the specific areas we will examine in a 15-part series. Our immune system, protecting the vulnerable, treatment of patients, cure, the origins of the virus, hospital capacity, the models, the deaths, excess deaths, the cost of the lockdown, the second wave, media manipulation, contact tracing and testing, and vaccine risk, starting with Part 1 now. If you acted in the interest of the population, knowing that the vulnerable group are those with weak immune systems, you would strongly emphasize the importance of means of maintaining a strong immune system, wouldn't you? Instead, our government's approach ignored and even damaged our immune systems. No recommendations were given for boosting the immune system. The lockdown rules have not only been largely damaging to our immune system, they have included and continue to include all sorts of petty measures that serve no useful purpose, defy common sense and make our immune systems weaker and make us more vulnerable to illness, including Covid. We all know how important the immune system is. It's our defense against viruses. It's the reason we don't succumb to the myriads of viruses that constantly surround us. Even vaccines work basically by triggering the immune system. Despite experts urging the government, no advice was given for minimizing the immune-damaging impact of the lockdown measures. Why? Instead, the lockdown rules have weakened our immune systems through reduced activity, reduced exposure to sunlight, and reduced exposure to microbes that train our immune system to stay strong. Remember the general health advice pre-Covid? We were advised to keep our immune system strong by skipping the antibacterial soaps, reducing the use of chlorine-based cleaners, starting a garden, getting a pet, having closer interactions with people, which is the opposite of what the lockdown rules prescribe. Walkers in the hills followed by drones, park benches taped up, people even told by police they should not be in their garden. It is as if they deliberately wanted to make us as vulnerable to illness as possible. In summary, we knew from the start that those with weak immune systems are vulnerable to Covid, yet the government never instituted any measures to ensure the general population maintains a healthy immune system. On the contrary, they introduced and enforced lockdown measures that are mostly damaging to the immune system, without any mitigation. With this, they grew the size of the vulnerable group. Sceptikat says, this makes no sense. There's a lot that I want to share. For now, I just wanted to introduce myself and get the story going. I'm not totally hiding, just being discreet. If you'd like to chat, then reach out to me at sceptikat@peerlessreads.com, which goes to both Andrew and myself, Kat, or to chat with just myself, you can reach me at kat@sceptikat.com.